Welcome to Laugh and Learn, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good something. Wherever you are is good because I'm good. I look good. I smell good. Feel me, Lauren. I feel good. All that. Ooh, girl,
nice and soft.
Welcome to Laugh and Learn.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. That's Lauren Hogan. That's Godfrey, we come to get you in a minute. Let's bring on our other partner.
Yes, Nick.
They need to introduce themselves. I'm Flame Monroe, by the way. Who is this?
And I'm Lauren Hogan.
That's Lori.
Yes.
Lori Hogan.
Hello,
It's
Nick.
Lori.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. You know, I'm loving that whole Lori thing.
Yes. People are actually starting to call me Lori, so y'all done started something.
How was your day, Nick? You ready?
I'm ready. Won't lie to you. I'm excited about Godfrey. You know, we've been talking about it all week because I got a chance. I know like so many other people did. I got a chance to check out They Ready Too, and Godfrey absolutely killed it. Nigeria. So he is ridiculous. So
oh my God! And you know he's from my hometown. You know he's from Chicago.
I know that. Yeah, I know
Ridiculous.
that. And his impersonations are literally second to none. He's one of the best. He does a fantastic President Trump. So I'm just going to say
No. Ex-President Trump. Say the shit right if you're going to say it. Don't be fucking with my page.
I think he's the only one that people are calling an ex-president. Everybody's like former president or just calls them a president. He's the only ex-president that,
the only
you know.
ex, yeah.
Tell that nigga in his own words, I said it. You're fired. Oh,
You're fired. Yeah. So that's just one of several great impersonations he does. So I'm excited to hear him actually come on and join us and talk about everything that's going on in his life.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you came to join us this morning. Mr. Smith goes to Washington since you're not here in the studio with us. And unfortunately, after this week, we won't be allowed to come to the studio either because of COVID restrictions.
Yeah.
So they're sending out equipment to me and Lauren, and we're going to have to do it from home or do it from somewhere like you're doing. But me and Lauren will meet up still, we'll be together.
Yeah.
And when you come in, maybe we'll all do it from the garage, from the Love Lounge. If you've never
You know
been
what? That would be awesome. So starting next Monday, I didn't know that. Was that the announcement you're talking about, or is there another announcement?
That's the announcement. We got news today that today is our last day of closing down this studio. And it's going to make me lazy because this is like a job to me. It makes me get up. It makes me dress up and come to work. Because y'all know at home, I'm laid out with a cookie hanging out my mouth and a couple of facial hairs right there because it's my problem area. And So
let us know, Flame. Will we get the full Flame effect?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Well, I was paid for a service. Yeah, I heard don't want to see him. They paid for her.
Yeah.
Are you for hire?
I've been a hoe for years. I used to sell dick and titties on the street. Now I sell it on stage. Nigga, if you don't knock it off. Baby, I used to be a hoe on the streets. Y'all said that like it was some shame. I sold dick and titties on the streets. Now we selling it on the mic. Hey. Price is different. The risk got a little different. But it was so much more fun when I could walk up and down the street jiggling.
You know what? It's funny you would mention that because, you know, this isn't one of our topics for this week, but New York literally just banned there was a law on the books that you could not be trans walking back and forth down the street because it was considered a distraction or it could be interpreted as solicitation. And it literally, Cuomo just struck it from the books. That was one of my topics. I was going to mention that to you. So now it is no longer illegal to walk in New York while being trans.
I didn't even know that was a law.
I didn't know that was a law either. You know how many of my sisters is tranny hoes that walk the streets from the 80s to the early 90s?
Yeah, but you know, it was often deemed that if one of ample proportions like yourself were to stop and just start to engage with someone, it could be interpreted as
wait a minute, go back, rewind. What is the ample proportion?
A certain curvature. That's all. You know. So it could be distracting, and people might think that it was you weren't necessarily on your way to church. That's all.
Well, kudos to Andrew Cuomo for that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. We have made major strides in the trans community, and I hate to point this out, but I'm gonna have to since I need to, and you know I don't give a too damn rat's ass about what you think. We have made such major strides. Michael Che did a joke last Saturday on Saturday Night Live about the transgender lift on the military, that Joe Biden lifted the transgender ban on the military. And the joke was, don't ask, don't tuck. First of all, let's start at the source. The joke wasn't funny worth a damn. It was as bad as the one that what's her name did when she had Donald Trump's head cut off. That shit wasn't funny either. Let's start there. As comedians, you have to know what is funny and what is not funny. The joke wasn't funny. But we can't get upset with Michael Chi about saying don't ask, don't tuck, when Drag Race has had a very successful show on RuPaul's Drag Race called Untucked for 11 seasons or more that is wildly successful. We have to draw the line on what angers us. I would be more offended if you said that I wasn't tucked and you could see what's dangling, because then you'd be mad. Tucked is a beautiful thing if that ain't what you into, but eventually if you laying up with a trans girl, she's going to unroll and untuck. And what
you're saying is pick the battles.
Exactly. So I did a write-up. What was the young lady's name I did the write-up with?
Cynthia Silva.
Cynthia Silva did a write-up on NBC. They called me to interview me about it, and I gave them my true opinion, because to me, the S on Superman's chest has never stood for Superman. It has always stand for self-reliance, self-awareness, self-assurance. Save yourself. All of these words start with the word self. It's about who you see looking back at you in the mirror. Michael Chi, that shit wasn't funny. Let's start there. Baby, Saturday Night Live, I definitely want to say Live from New York is Saturday night. But let's start with some of these people y'all got on there. I'm gonna move on with that one.
let's move on, and let's also recognize, I think it's a perfect transition for us to, we always say we wanted to start every show in February recognizing a moment in Black history. And I think I'm going to start with something that I realized, and Flame, you already know this, but one of the things that kind of encouraged me and inspired the career that I made in television was Bryant Gumbel. Bryant Gumbel was the first African-American to be selected for a morning national broadcast. It was common to see Black people doing local television, but no one had ever been on a national stage doing a morning show until Bryant Gumbel. So he was the first selected to do a morning broadcast, and that was a big deal. The Today Show. Now we don't think about it because we see Robin Roberts, we see Michael Strahan, we see African Americans all the time. We see my favorite, Gayle King. But so it's commonplace now, but there was a time when that was considered a bit edgy to have a Black face popping up in your living room in middle America,
Come
here
on,
I am.
Because Lauren waiting to say something. I feel her. It's itching. Come on, Lauren. What you about to say?
No, I just think that I'm not okay with how many Black, anchors that we have today. Abby Phillips just got her show on CNN.
I love you, Abby.
Interestingly enough, I was actually at NABJ last year. For those who don't know, it's the National Association of Black Journalists, and they have an awards component to their programming that they have for the weekend. And CNN was, given the award for lack of diversity and not actually having people of color in positions other than, Don Lemon's the only one we really see. So
yes, we hear the ink pen, Flame.
Yeah, we can hear the ink pen. Yeah.
I don't care. Shit, I'm trying to get it to right.
What are you doing? Somebody
I'm trying to get it to right.
But I mean, I'm just saying that to say I don't think that we have enough Black anchors, honestly, in news where it's happening more and more today. I mean, like you said, it's not as uncommon, but I don't think it's enough.
And Bryant Gumbel, let's go back. You know why Bryant Gumbel got the job? He had a great personality, first of all, and he was a handsome man. But he was very fair-skinned with good curly hair, and he was very articulate with his words. He had a fantastic vernacular. Understand that had he been a big Black brother, even attractive, he might not have gotten that job. That's when y'all always talk about that whole light skin, dark skin thing. If he was a big, darker skinned Black man and could have been exceptionally attractive, he might not have gotten that job.
Yeah, it was an easier pill to swallow is kind of the analogy that we can draw there.
Yeah.
So
that was just a moment in Black history I wanted to recognize, and I know that we have others.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I mean, I saw the video. I know, Flame, you saw the video, and I think, Nick, you did too. Kamala Harris officially broke, the first tie in the Senate, and I was so elated and so happy. She had the mask on, but I don't know if everybody else saw. I think there was a little smirk on her face breaking that tie. And I was like, yes, sis, do it.
Let me do it for y'all. Let me give it to y'all. Okay, I got my mask on purpose. Let me give it to y'all. Look there. So this is Kamala before they made the announcement. This is Kamala when they made the announcement that she broke the tie.
She was snickering. Everybody was like, no.
She was saying, kiss a hoe's ass, baby. I love it.
And I was happy to see it, you know, because they got $1.9 trillion COVID relief package passed. Now, it's not enacted yet because now it has to go to the budget committee and they've got to figure some things out. But the budget committee is now ran by Bernie Sanders. And what Bernie did, too, was say, everybody's fired. I'm bringing in my own people. We gonna make this work. So I'm excited. You know, the Senate, these different committees that we got now, we got some gangsters on the committee.
Baby,
so
let me tell you something. Bernie Sanders, that was a gangster move. His old
Yeah.
ass. Him and Nancy, too old. They like Bonnie and Clyde, real old gangsters. Diaper wearing and everything. Oh, my God, I love it. Okay,
Yes.
Nicholas, I have to bring my boy on because he's going to come on and talk. So tell me, because you knew about Godfrey before I told you that Godfrey was coming on. You were a fan because Nicholas loves comedy. That's what y'all know. Lauren does as
I love comedy, and to be fair, you know, you and I talked about it. I loved Godfrey's show. I think Godfrey, and I forget Godfrey's sidekick, Asian American guy,
Andre. I call that man boy the wrong name every time.
He's not the only one.
But he is equally as funny, and they just play well off of each other. They really do. And he has a young woman on there, attractive sister as well from time to time. It's just a solid group. And Godfrey does a great job of blending current events and politics and mixing in humor at the same time. Godfrey also does late at night. So Flame, make sure you ask him about this. What is he doing up at 1 a.m.? There are times when I get up in the morning here, Central Standard Time Zone, and Godfrey is up, him and his girlfriend doing things on IG Live, and I'm like, when does this brother sleep? So yeah, absolutely. Godfrey's a beast. Absolutely.
Okay, so we're gonna bring Godfrey on. Nick, you're gonna be rejoining us after the conversation. Okay?
I'll see you all after the conversation.
I need you to do the feedback on the comments because my blind. Oh, let me put my other glasses on.
Just shoot me a text, Nick. I got my phone right here. Shoot me a text.
We got it, you guys.
All right, Nick.
We'll see you
All right,
soon.
guys.
Okay, so ladies
Good
and gentlemen,
show.
we're going to bring on to the stage right now, to the show, my friend, comedian Godfrey. You can see him now. He's featured on Tiffany Haddish's They Ready Too. He is from my hometown of Chicago, and he is as ignorant as I am, if not more. And I said what I said. And he was the host of Tiffany's tour, They Ready Tour last year or year before last when we did it. And he was fantastic. And the first show that I did with him was in Vegas, and I was shook. I was shook by the massive size of the stage. And Godfrey pulled me to the side and said, look at here. Don't think of it like that. Go out there and talk to the first row and get the shit done. 5 shows after that, I killed every last one of them. Only because you gave me such great advice. Hello, Godfrey.
What's up? What up, folks? What's up?
Okay, Godfrey, this is my partner, Lauren Hogan.
Hi there.
And you met Nick.
Hey, Lauren, what's going on? Your boy, I appreciate his compliments.
Don't be flirting with my girl, Lauren, over here either, Godfrey, your black ass. Look. Look.
It's all good. It's all
All
fun
my
and games.
tranny girlfriends already in my inbox is Flame. Dude, with Godfrey, I say, girl, let me tell you something. He don't want you. I know this nigga.
Nope.
That nigga don't want you. That nigga gonna talk shit to you, but he don't want you.
Nope.
Well, before we get started, let's talk about that video that you posted today. And what was the background on that video? Y'all cutting up and acting
the newest
a fool.
one I did for about Tiffany.
No. I'm talking about the video between you and Flame. Flame
That
posted a
wasn't new.
throwback. What was new for the viewers?
I thought you were talking about my Instagram because I did a.
No, we're gonna get to that one.
We're gonna get to that one.
Okay.
This will be a good intro.
That one was we were on the road, and I said, "Flame, let's do a video," you know. And she goes, "Oh no!" I said, "Let's just do one. We're comedians."
And he brought out the inner gangster immediately.
Yeah, I brought out
you
the
was
inner
throwing
gangster
up signs and everything
first
else.
of all, Flame is from the west side of Chicago. Don't sleep.
West side.
The west side is real. My father taught on that side of town for 45 years. So when someone say they from the west side, you just better, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm from the north side, but when they say west, you go, okay.
Oh.
But I just wanted to do that I just wanted to do that as because we're comedians. And there were some people that say, "Oh man, what are you doing, man? You pushing the agenda?" I go, "That's Flame. What am I pushing? It's a comedian. You know what I mean? We should be able to laugh about all of our differences in a good place. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? We joke. She jokes on me. I joke on her. It's like, but it doesn't come from a hateful standpoint. And I'm not trying to appease anybody. I'm being for real. People should be able to live the way the fuck they want to live. Period. That's it, man. And we're comedians. At the end of the day, we're just comedians. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. So it's like when you showed her tits.
Well, he was like, do something gangster, do something gangster. I was like, what? He's like, show the tits. I'm like, okay.
But Flame can laugh at that. What are you mad about? She's laughing about that.
Yeah.
You know, and what's funny is how the LGBT community is mad at you when you just keep it, you keep it 100. Like what you did on the Breakfast Club. You broke down the whole gay community shit, and they was already mad at you. Like, it's like they never satisfied. You're old school.
Wait a minute.
Trans. And
Wait a minute now. Don't be disrespecting a bitch. I'm still young.
Well, we're both young old school.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'll take that. That sounds
You know what I'm
better.
saying? We're both from the same school. So I'm like, you come from it when it was even harder. You came with a bunch. When you were in Chicago, you came amongst all us men. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you came, and we were like, oh shit. You wouldn't give a fuck. Cats was trying to come at you, and you held your ground. Like, and this is when people didn't really come out. It's like, you remember, did you ever meet Mario Cantone?
I did.
Mario Cantone has been a friend of mine for a long time. And Mario, and he's one funny, man, that's a funny dude. And he's gay, and he told me one time, he said, oh, it's so funny how the gay community now, they're so, he said, they're a bunch of pussies. He goes, I came out when that was detrimental to my career. I came out, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't hide nothing. I came out and I was like ostracized. He said, these people now, they complain and they bitch about nothing. He's like, where were you when I came out and I was getting fucking shit on? He was breaking it down. Yeah. That's why I get a lot of my information from you. I get my information from people who are from that community whenever I talk about those situations, you know? So,
well, yeah, I mean, I've even told Flame too that I haven't met anybody from the transgender community like her. You know, she doesn't care about pronouns, and it's not about, you know, the small things. She's an anomaly in a lot of ways, and I think that's why so many people love her. So, totally agree.
And he don't care if you say he, she, he goes, I'm all of them. I don't give a fuck.
Baby,
I say she.
He, she, we. Because he cash the check, she make the money, we spend. I know exactly who the fuck I am. And don't know checks coming, Flame Monroe.
Because he can be a he. Because when he takes on, sometimes he's just a he. And then he can be a she. He goes back and forth. So sometimes I'll go he, she, and I go, you know, he doesn't care. Right. She doesn't care.
Right.
They don't, as long as you respect what the fuck he, she, and we does.
It's the she for me because I'm her manager, so she makes the money. So I'm always say she.
Right. Well, I talk to him when I need to.
So let me tell you, so when me and Godfrey were in the dressing room that night, Tiffany had already come to Godfrey about doing They Ready Too. And
2019.
And Godfrey was like, I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm like, Godfrey, you should do it. You should do it. And he was like, there's not enough time. I was like, Godfrey, it's going to be a game changer. Godfrey, all the reviews from yours. Lauren and I were at the show.
I was
Lauren
there.
Came to the show too.
I was
we were
there.
at the table.
Oh, getting the check. Okay.
So we knew the elements and the Earth, Wind, and Fire that you was up against outside. All you guys, because that's what they should have called it. They Ready Earth, Wind, and Fire shit. Because it was sirens and alarms, helicopters. And y'all kept y'all
I had a helicopter over mine.
I remember coming home after coming to the show and going on live to tell the audience that it was so challenging for you all as comedians. Godfrey, y'all did that shit, and you held your composure. You were great, Godfrey, and I want to know: you don't regret doing it, do you? Are you happy that you said,
man? Yeah. Thank you for kicking me in the ass, Tiffany. What was funny is when I said, hey, Tiff, I don't know. She goes, motherfucker, you better take this shit. I got a. And she goes, I got a motherfucking plan. It's all about strategy, motherfucker. I was like, gotcha. She had me in the green. I said, got you. And when I look at it now, it's just like, first of all, shout out to Wanda Sykes and her company and Paige.
Yeah.
Was it Paige?
Yeah, Push It Productions. Wanda Sykes and Paige Horowitz.
They really, and I love when I tell people, it was outside. They're like, what?
It was cold.
We were outside. Imagine if it was indoors. You know how the destruction that would have happened in that bitch? Yeah. And we killed it on the outside. And plus, remember, we were a little bit separated from you guys because the tables were spread out. So it was a lot more air. It wasn't as enclosed. So thank God that everybody was a veteran and we were able to just do what we needed to do. Because first of all, I wanted Tiffany to look good. This is on her reputation. This is her brand. And I want her brand to be able to keep going. you know, so we got to go, okay, we need to bring the motherfucking pain, because this is just good for Tiffany, and this will get her to, hey, I'm doing another season of this for other people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad it came out good. Everybody's, and it's, you know what's great? Shit, man, it's so crazy because Tiffany has hooked up 12 comedians in a year and a half.
Yeah.
I'm count 12. That is unheard of amongst our sorry to say it, African-American comedians are fucking horrible at looking out for each other. We always beefing. We the only ones in the comedy community that beef like rappers, like black comics. Will go on public forums to dog another comic out. Like, you don't have to be a fan of a certain comedian, but why are you going on a public forum to say someone ain't funny or someone ain't, what the fuck is that to you? Like, why would you do that in a public forum? There are Asian comedians that some don't like each other, but they never say it in a public forum. There's Latino comedians that may not like, they don't say it in a public forum. White comics, they'll work with each other and not even like each other just because they know they got a purpose. We are the only ones that take our personal bullshit and will say it on a fucking podcast or in an interview just to talk. It's disgusting. So Tiffany is literally changing the goddamn game as far as her service and what it means to progress. Black progress for real. Black girl magic for real. She's fucking proven that shit. And I remember in 2000, I've known Tiffany since 2003. So a lot of people are late. I've been knowing her longer than probably most people when she came out of comedy camp, out of Laugh Factory comedy camp. So she used to say this when she said, when I get to a certain level, she never talked about buying a big house. She never talked about getting cars. She always said, you know, when I get there, I'm gonna help foster kids. I'm gonna have that's how she thought. I'm gonna get a foster kids associate. She wanted to help everybody. Then I'm gonna get my grandmother and my grandmother's. Then I'm gonna get my sister. She always just talked about helping people, man. Just, I'm going to help. She still has the same house.
Yeah.
That I would sleep in or babysit her dogs. I would house sit her dogs. It's the same house. She talks about helping. That's all. She's always wanting to help. And she gets such a joy when she sees other people shine. Rare shit.
Black woman. Let me tell you something. The year of 2019 started in 2020 proved it. It's the year of the black woman, the year of the woman of color. Godfrey, you know what was overwhelming about what you said. And Tiffany had only been a star, technically, for 4 or 5 years, since 2017, because when she introduced me, when Botch redid my boobs, that was Tiffany Haddish that said, welcome to the stage, the queen. She was virtually unknown. And then Girls Trip dropped, game was over. It was a Tom Brady all damn day. It was a Tom Brady. I
call her Tom Brady. And as much as I hate Tom Brady, Tiffany's Tom Brady. Tom Brady, because everybody's going to score.
Yeah.
She's going to get the ball to you.
Yeah.
She got to play. You're gonna score. I don't give a fuck what your what your level is. You're gonna get the ball, and it's not like a hookup. Like, you know, some comics will hook their friends up, give them a little time here, as long as they don't do too much. Tiffany literally is pivoting everybody's career. Like, no, your shit's about to change, bruh. She put us on an international fucking stage. I got people from Germany, because I travel overseas. I got people from Germany, friends from Germany, Amsterdam, Saudi Arabia, all the countries I've been to, going, it's about time, man. Like, inshallah. Like, what? This is what Tiffany did.
Yeah.
And I'm going to continue to say that. And the way and the passion that I have for it is real. She did this shit, man.
Cause you acting real aggressive. You acting so aggressive. I'm almost turned on. My God, if I didn't know you.
Motherfucking real.
No, I'm messing with you, Godfrey. You know I'm messing with you. It's remarkable.
This is real.
It is.
People don't do this kind of shit.
Well, Godfrey. Well, let's get into you, though. Well, let's get it. We love Tiffany, but we want to talk about you, though, and some of the inspiration that you've had behind comedy in general. You've been in the game for a very long time. So talk to us about how you got your start, and really, what was your inspiration behind you deciding to take on this career?
Well, my start, Flame knows we were all around amateur night around the same time.
All jokes aside.
Shout out to All Jokes Aside.
Shout out to Damon Williams.
I've known Flame since 95, 94. So shout out to George Wilborn.
Ooh.
Shout out to George Wilborn. Shout out to Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac, rest in peace. I love Bernie Mac.
These were our people that got us, that let us get stage time.
Yeah.
All of us, Deion Cole, Corey Holcomb, Chicago was like that.
D-Ray Davis.
D-Ray Davis.
Yeah.
Lisa Ray. Lisa Ray was Lisa McCoy. She was at the amateur nights hanging out, watching
surely
us.
Was.
Yeah. So I was inspired in college. I went to University of Illinois. I was a pre-med psychology major. I got my degree in psychology, and I was like, I told my parents, like my Nigerian parents, that I'm going to do comedy, because Tommy Davidson had come to the college, had done a show at the college. I saw Ricky Harris, Tommy Davidson, and I saw Eddie Murphy.
Rest in peace, Ricky Harris. I love Ricky Harris.
Yes, I saw Eddie Murphy too. I saw Eddie Murphy in concert, which is fucking crazy. I saw Eddie Murphy, and I was inspired. I said, because Eddie Murphy was our generation. We were like, Eddie Murphy took comedy to a rock star level, not just because Richard Pryor, which Eddie Murphy followed all his shit. Eddie Murphy made it cool, like to be in leather pants and take it to a rock, to be good looking, smart, funny, black. You were proud to be black because he would shit on white people, but he did it with charm. You're like, that's who I want to be. But in college, I wasn't trying to be Eddie Murphy when I was smaller. I didn't think I was going to be a comedian. I wanted to be a baseball player. I played baseball, and football. I was an athlete, and I thought I was going to be an astronaut because I'm a science freak. So I'm thinking I'm going to be an astronaut. I'm going to play baseball, then I'm going to be an astronaut because I had a lot of baseball shit and I had a lot of astronomy shit, And so when I got to college, started studying psychology, the whole nine. I was always interested in human behavior and how the brain works. And then I got real militant too. I got very militant because I went to a very white university, 45,000 students and 800 black students. That was all that was there.
Wow.
But we had all the fraternities. We had Delta, AKA Sigma, SG Rho, Zeta, Phi Beta, Megas, Kappas, Iota Phi Theta. We had all. And we all stuck together like this. I became very militant. This is all leading to what I was doing. I used to go see the minister, in Chicago, ministers, Chicago. Mm-hmm. I would go see the minister and just to listen to that. I was into the black history, the African history. I was that dude. I'm still that guy. And so when I was in college, I would always hold, the cafeteria is where everybody's sitting around talking shit, but I was always holding it down, spitting about race and politics but I was funny with it. And then I was like, man, I'm thinking I should do this comedy shit, man. I think I need to do it because I tried to do the pre-med shit, but the one thing I hated was when people tell me to be quiet. Yo, why are you joking? I used to always get in it with my teachers. I'm like, cause you boring. You fucking snap. But I was too vocal. And so I said, I need to try this comedy shit. And the girl that I was dating, it was a rebound chick. I had broken up with a girl on campus. It was a rebound chick. And one day she wrote a bunch of shit that I was saying. I'm not even bullshitting. Her name's Toya Dixon. I'll never forget this.
And he gonna say her name.
I know, right?
You was a bogus ass nigga for that.
No. Toya Dixon, I'm giving her props. I'm giving her props because she wrote. You know what's so funny is her daughter came to see me in New York City. Her daughter was doing an intern. The same girl that was the catalyst to me going, you know what? When I get back to Chicago, I am going to do it. She wrote out a bunch of shit that I was saying, say, you need to do that. You keep talking about doing comedy. When you get back to Chicago, you need to do this shit. And I said, you're right. And her daughter, I saw her daughter 2 years ago at an internship. She came with her friends to see me at a show. How crazy is that? And then I tell her, I say, your mother was part of me doing this whole comedy shit. You know what I mean? And so, do you remember when I was in a comedy team?
She would have fucked you up if she would have told you that you was her daddy. Why?
I knew I wasn't her daddy because I know dudes that dated her after me.
Oh, you some
security.
See, I told y'all that nigga was ignorant.
Yo, so were you there, Flame, when I was in a comedy team?
No. Godfrey, when we came out together, you stayed around for a little while, and the next thing I knew, you were in New York. And when you went to New York, you never came back.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I had a. It was TK Kirkland that got me to New York, and people say, "Oh, TK talks to him." I was like, "Oh, but TK's telling the truth," because TK got me my first manager, and both of my managers, they both passed away. Rest in peace. My one manager just passed away. They were a team. One of them passed away from brain cancer, and my other just died. He didn't take care of himself, but he just passed away. But they were great dudes. But TK Kirkland introduced me to them. When TK used to come to Chicago,
and I used to be on Wreck-It. T to the motherfucking K.
I used to be on the shows with him because TK liked me because I was college educated. I was different. I wasn't ghetto. He goes, You're so original. And that's another reason why I wanted to do because I knew I was going to be different than everybody. I had a different angle. And so TK would work with me all the time. And TK said, man, you need to come to New York City, man. I think you'll do well. You need to get out of here and go to New York. I said, all right. So I started just commuting, checking out the comedy scene in New York. That's when I met Tracy Morgan, Dave Chappelle, Bill Bellamy. I met everybody from Def Jam. I was like, oh, shoot. Auditioned for Def Jam. Bob Sumner never chose me. I auditioned 5-6 times, murdered the shit. Never chose me. He never chose me for some reason. Chose everybody around Chicago but me.
Not me. I auditioned too. Got past the audition at the Peppermint with Bill Bellamy. Got a standing ovation. But I was not willing to play at that time because I was gay, not blind. I also have a choice. I hate when men say, oh, I don't want so-and-so looking at me. Nigga, ain't nobody looking at your fat ass. Godfrey, you knew me back when I was young. Nigga, I would shake the whole interstate with this body. But I had choices, and the choice that I chose was not to do Def Jam because I didn't want to play that game. I just didn't want to play with that person. You haven't said the name. I ain't gonna say their name. I never out nobody like that. But But I remember the Peppermint was a dangerous place at that time. It was in East Orange, New Jersey.
Remember in Netflix, the 25th anniversary when Cheryl Underwood, she's from Chicago too. Cheryl Underwood went on stage and she said, y'all remember the motherfucking Peppermint Lounge? Everybody's like, hell yeah. I was like, it was the scariest
place ever.
I am not when you got a date, Tina Graham gave you a date, you would think about that date the whole motherfucking year. You'd be like, dude, I got a date in May. I would think about it's January. I'd be like, damn, I got to do Peppermint Lounge. Good Lord. It was killing you inside because Bill Bellamy, it was 500 people in this big ass, ghetto ass, used to be strip joint, East Orange, New Jersey. It'd be Tretch. It'd be the Naughty by Nature, the Knicks, Queen Latifah, all of them. And Bill Bellamy, if you bombed, Bill would shit on you as you're getting off stage. He would tear your ass
right
up.
In front. And mind you, this is like, they were like dope dealers and drug. And at the time that I auditioned, East Orange, New Jersey was the carjack capital of the nation at that time, which was like 95, I think. So imagine, I'm trans. I'm walking up in me and my girlfriend. My girlfriend was real passable. May she rest in peace. She looked like a woman. I ain't never looked like nobody's woman. You always knew that nigga banging. That's the nigga got some beautiful bodies, some pretty titties. But if you drop them panties, you better duck. Baby. When I tell you, it was so scary. For me to go up in there, Godfrey, I know just what you meant. I was terrified because I thought if I wasn't good, they were going to kill me, like for real.
And it was like straight fear. That's why it's so funny when I see these black comics now and their clubs. I go, this ain't shit.
Yeah,
this really, really is weak as fuck. Because you have to understand, we were coming up. It was Bernie, DL. Steve Hart, they were killers. Mark Curry.
Oh, Mark Curry.
Murderers. Yeah. Like Simply Marvelous.
Rest in peace, Simply Marvelous. Simply Marvelous. What? Like straight killers. Everybody murdered on stage. So this shit here now, anyway, not knocking them, but I'm like, you didn't see fear until you came to the Cotton Club or the Click in Chicago with dope dealers and pimps and shit. This is what the fuck we did. So I get on stage, right? Peppermint Lounge. I get on stage, I'm auditioning. Bill Bellamy goes, this next guy coming up, ladies and gentlemen, from Chicago. Got mad applause because Bernie Mac was rocking Def Jam. Everybody respected Bernie.
So I got up there, and the first joke I did, first of all, when you get on that stage, there's a mirror on the stage, so it looks like there are more motherfuckers in there. So it's like you go, damn, and you turn around, it's just thugs looking at you. Mm-hmm. The first joke I did.
Stop. You getting her riled up over here.
I'm talking about, I started talking about that group Crucial Conflict. Remember Crucial Conflict? They started all that that Southern, they were more they start kind of were the precursor to the Southern hip hop. Because, you know, Chicago's really Southern.
Yeah.
You know? And so they did, remember that hay in the middle of the barn when the niggas was doing this shit? I was making fun of that. And I fucking destroyed. I mean, I tell you, I killed that shit. Oh, yeah. And so they kept inviting me to the Peppermint Lounge. I was like, God damn, I got to do this shit again. So I did it about 9 times.
Wow.
And the one time I got booed, I was getting comfortable because they were used to me. The one time I got booed in that bitch was when this dude was talking shit about me. He said, man, you fucking corny, blah, blah, blah. And I started heating this dude up. But everybody knew the guy. And they said, yo, leave my man alone right now. I said, man, he's talking shit to me. They all start booing me. Like, fuck out of here, yo. And I stayed on stage, right? And as they booed me, remember Scarface?
Mm-hmm.
Scarface, so I started acting like Scarface at the end when he's getting shot. And I started doing that. They started laughing again. Then they booed me again. They laughed. They said, nah, nigga, get the fuck.
But Godfrey, let me ask you a question, because the booing on stage, especially when you're a named comedian, I love what you said about you got too comfortable going. That happens to comedians. That happened to me one time with Comic View. We get so comfortable and we get so complacent that, oh, I got this, I'm going to kill this. I didn't kill this 7, 8 times. Not remembering that every show is a fresh new show with a fresh new set of eyes on you.
You start from zero.
And I'm telling you, I learned that lesson the hard way. I didn't get booed, but I crashed into a fucking brick wall. It just, nothing worked.
Nothing
worked.
All right, though.
Yes, it is. It was great training, but I learned the lesson with that.
We learned our lesson, but, you know, so I never did Def Comedy Jam because I was talking to Kid Capri not too long ago. He said, yo, God, he said, you did Def Jam, right? I said, no. He said, get the fuck, you ain't never done. I said, they never picked me for Def Jam. I was in a comedy team with a guy named Alexander, okay, for like a year. That's right before I met you. And we opened up for Adele Givens, you know, Adele from Chicago too. We opened up for Adele Givens. And I remember we were working with Steve Harvey. And my partner was pissing me off. And I said, I'm sick of this dude. And Steve told me, Steve was in the hallway of All Jokes Aside. That was when he was balding at the top. Okay. Mm-hmm. And he's like, what's the matter with you? I go, yeah, I'm just, my boy, he's like high and drunk. He keeps forgetting all the fucking lines and shit. He goes, I remember this shit. How much you getting for that? I said, we getting like $100. You tired of splitting that shit? I said, yeah, cut his ass. And from there, that's when I went solo. It was Steve Harvey.
Oh.
Well, look, at least he gave you some good advice, because he better talk to that daughter. Anyway, let me... well, listen. She may listen.
I think...
She got the skip, baby. I don't know what Cardi B talking about with the WAP. She may not have a WAP, because they might not marry, but they damn sure carried her. I want me some Lori Harvey. Lori Harvey, just mail it to me. I want to borrow it for about 3 days.
God damn, she bad.
Wait a minute.
She got Michael B. Jordan dating black girl.
Baby, she got them all turned around. I don't know what she got down there, but the black girl magic is powerful. Godfrey, let me ask you a question, because y'all know y'all hear Godfrey talking shit and he hardcore, real overly top. But I seen a sensitive side of this nigga on live. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday? If you have not seen it, you have to go to Godfrey's page, because I can share a moment that you publicly showed when you were at Times Square and there was a billboard with your face and your name on it. I know that moment just like I'm reliving it.
Because I came from Baltimore yesterday. I was doing Magooby, shout out to Magooby's awesome comedy club. And so we was on the road, me and Andre. So he's driving and he goes, yo, you know your billboard, because Aaron Jackson took a picture and said the billboard is in Times Square. I said, and if you're a New Yorker, you want to be in Times Square. Those billboards are so beautiful, big. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I've seen Tiffany a few times in Times Square. She live in LA. I go, Tiff, there's a gigantic billboard. And she goes, I always imagined that. I always put that in my head that was going to happen. And she goes, it's going to happen to you. And I saw that yesterday, and I said, and I made a video. It's my newest video. I said, Tiffany, you did that. You fucking did that. You did that. I've been here 20 years, and I've never seen myself on a billboard here. I've tried. I've auditioned. I've done this. I did the best. I've never, and because of you, I'm up there. Right up there. Just, that's all Tiff. I said, Tom Brady. She just threw the ball, and I got to score the touchdown. You know what I mean? And it meant a lot to me because I was just in the street like, you fucking did that, yo. And I mean it. It's 100%. Shit.
We saw all your emotions. I was just waiting on you to cry. Godfrey, I thought that was beautiful because I've experienced that same thing when I saw that, Godfrey. And then the irony is I was on tour with the burlesque campaign, and we stayed in the W, right where we ended up staying there. So like 2 months later, I was back there. But I saw my name on that billboard, Godfrey. That shook me up. Baby, the man in me cried, the woman in me cried, and all of us. All of us. We was all over there crying like a Groupon. We was all crying shit. But it's such an overwhelming feeling because you like, wow, I made it to Broadway. You know, so many people have been.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's so funny because there are people that are from that network were like, we didn't even think of these people to choose. Like, it's so crazy because Tony Wood's a master of the game.
Master.
Barbara Carlisle. I mean, when she said Barbara Carlisle, I said, Tiffany, you're something else, man. You went and grabbed Barbara Carlisle.
Barbara Carlisle been a beast a long time too. She been in the game a long time.
I remember Barbara Carlisle meeting her in Chicago, and she'd be like, I go, Barbara, so where you going next? Oh, I drive. I don't give a fuck. I drive. I don't give a fuck. I drive everywhere. I love driving. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. As long as there's money, I'm going. And I said, you're about to drive where? Oh, I'm about to drive about 10 hours. She was a road dog, like hardcore road. And Tiffany just had the wherewithal to find, man, you don't meet people like that, dude. That's real shit. It's better than Santa Claus. Fuck Santa Claus. He ain't got shit on Tiff.
Santa Claus got titties now, baby. It's a black girl named Tiffany Haddish, baby. He ain't got
shit on Tiffany. And I'm glad that I was part of her life as far as her improvement, because she goes, Godfrey, you're the one that got me to this spot. I said, oh, you were just my friend. I didn't know you were going to be A-list. I didn't know you were going to be producing shit. I just helped you because you needed help. That's just what I do. You know what I mean? I've done a lot of shit for comics that didn't have shit. Then they got shit and acted like they didn't know me. All good. That's just you as a human being. You ain't shit. That's just you. You know what I mean? And I go, whatever. Tony Woods, who has done shit for all of us, and you're just now getting something, and you got it from Tiffany when there's a whole bunch of other motherfuckers that should have looked out for you. I'm keeping it 100 because I do not like people who do not pay it forward. That is the reason why we're so stagnant as black folks, because we don't have people in the circle pushing it forward going, yo, we got to, the people, I'm saying the people that you know will do the job. You don't just give people shit because they black. Fuck that. You want people, you go, this person's been doing it a long time. This person's, they're good. They just need a little shot. And people go, yo, who do you need? That's how the white boys do it. And a lot of them be mediocre. I'm sorry. But guess what? Them motherfuckers be making moves because, first of all, when you're white, you're pretty much in already. But they help each other. And I know these white dudes. I know them. I know a lot of famous white dudes, and they look out for their crew. They look out on their podcast, each other. They go on each other's podcasts. And you know who's the most helpful now as far as African Americans? The Instagram kids. That's how my numbers went up. Shout out to Rennie. Shout out to King Batch. Shout out to D Storm. Shout out to all of those Instagram stars who were fans of mine and taught me to the social media game. And I watched them work with each other. I watch all of them. They're all 25, between 25 and 30, right? Thank God I look the same age as them.
That's my age, 30.
You know what I'm saying? But I watch them in LA and New York, and I watch them work with each other. They all just go, yo, let's do this. They all just they all get numbers. But I'm sorry, but our era, it was like, one motherfucker climb up the ladder, they pull the ladder up because they're like, nah, I can't. And I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just saying our culture is like just one nigga at a time. We got to get out of that bullshit. If we're gonna talk about Black progress and being together, we have to do that shit. There's some motherfuckers that won't even tag you and give you a little shout out on social media. This is how fucked up it is, yo.
You know what Tiff did though, Godfrey? I think she has opened the door to show more men comics, because comedy is still a very male-dominated game. Show more male comics that, you know what, you too can still be successful by giving somebody else a helping hand. Because like you said, a lot of male comics will give somebody, well, you can open for me, you can give me 10, but nobody have really pushed nobody to get those hour specials. Now, Kevin did great for his camp. Kevin Hart did great for his camp, his team. Camp, all Joey Wells and all them.
They hooking them. They're great. They eating like a motherfucker.
And Dave Chappelle always reaches back to help people. You know, he hasn't had any other specials where he put people on. But I believe what Tiffany's showing him and showing so many others, that they will. I think Steve Harvey will. I think Cedric the Entertainer will. I think even Jamie Foxx will. Because Jamie Foxx has done before. Jamie Foxx has done stuff like that before.
And those guys have the power to like do that. Yeah. They have the juice to do it. They've been famous for a long time. They got juice. Yeah. Where white, but everybody be like, what do you need? They're the what do you need Negroes, man. See, I'm still the who's that guy? Like me, it's like this guy.
But you know what it takes? You see what it takes though, Godfrey? It takes somebody to say you're okay. Godfrey, we all knew you were a great comic. Everybody who follows you always knew. If they see you laughing, but we knew. But sometimes it takes somebody in a position to say, you know what? This person is cool. They all right. Give them a pass. Before Tiffany put me on They Ready, I had comics that liked me, but the male people in the audience, straight men, would be afraid to laugh with me because they were afraid that if they laughed with me or at my jokes, the stigma would be, oh, you laughing at that, you must be attracted to that. That stopped a lot of my work back. Tiffany said, Flame is all right. Wanda Sykes and Paige Horowitz said, Flame is all right. So now my new demographic of my audience is straight men, because, you know, I talk about sex with men, sex with women, and now they've allowed themselves to let down the screen and stop looking at what I look like and listen to what I'm saying. Godfrey, you was always a part of that. You, D. Ray Davis, Evan Lionel, the owner of All Jokes Aside, Raymond Lambert, you all always saw my talent more than you saw these titties, even though when I was young, I know y'all was looking. But y'all always accepted me and embraced me for being who I am. I'm telling you, everybody is coming around to that. That's a great, even when they walk up and say, what's up, Flame? Nigga, what's up, dude? You know, in the comedy club, that's how we talk as comedians. And a lot of my trans sisters be like, Flame, they're disrespecting you. They're offending you. No, they not. This is the comedy world. We got our own little world. We got our own little circle. And if you're on the outside looking in, you won't understand. You just won't.
And my thing is this. The gay community will say, hey, you know, we want to be treated like human beings. Well, guess what? When we're fucking with you, you're a human being now. When we're fucking joking with you, that's an acceptance in comedy. When we fuck with you, whether it's racial jokes, that means you're being accepted. You can't say you want to be accepted and then we can't joke with you. It's not making sense, because comedy is like a vulnerability where you open up and laugh at all the ridiculousness. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I do a joke about lesbians, right? And I say it on purpose. I go, you know, lesbians remind, and people already, I haven't even finished the joke. They hear lesbian and they go, wait. I go, wait a minute. Lesbian's the proper term, right? Isn't that what the L stand for? Right? Lesbians, right? Is there another name I need to know? No, right? So I go, it's so funny how you all are sitting up there championing the gay community, but I say lesbian and you're still reacting to it. So if you're supposed to make them feel comfortable, why are you reacting to the word lesbian? That should be normal. They're human beings to me. I'm just talking about them.
At least
I'm not dogging them from a bad place.
At least you say lesbian. My gay ass still say bulldagger. Look, but I love me old bulldagger. Let me just say it. Godfrey, did you? See, you can't say that, Godfrey. I can say that.
No, I say lesbian.
Listen, Godfrey. So did you see we were talking about Michael Che, because Michael Che from Saturday Night Live
Michael
made the
Che,
joke.
who is one of my good friends. He's a brilliant comedian.
Well, that joke wasn't funny. I don't give a fuck what he is.
Well,
that joke wasn't funny. Let me tell you the joke verbatim.
Right.
So they were talking about the transgender ban on the military, that Joe Biden lifted the transgender ban and they were going to call it Don't Ask, Don't Tuck. which is, you know, the girls tuck their
Yeah.
Anywho, so first of all, I didn't think it was funny. This is me talking.
Did you not think it was funny because it was about your community, or
Hell
because it just was whack?
I didn't give a fuck. The joke was whack. I don't give a fuck about it. So my issue was not challenging but what the joke that he said, but it wasn't funny. And so the community, some of the girls, some of the trans part of the community was upset because he said don't tuck. Meanwhile, they have a show called Untucked about RuPaul's Drag Race. Very, very, very popular show. Great show.
Right.
I'm not throwing the show up under the bus. I'm showing the hypocrisy of the comparison.
The hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Right.
So y'all ain't said nothing about this show that's been on for at least 11 years successfully. But y'all made for a joke that he said, and it wasn't even funny. We have made wonderful strides in the trans community. We got a state senator. We have a doctor that was appointed by Joe Biden. We got people in the media that's trans, living openly, and now they're allowed to be in the military. The same ones that's complaining are the same ones that wouldn't go to the military. Because I'm not fighting for this country. I'm fighting with this country because y'all ain't giving me no vaccine. But I'm not gonna fight for this motherfucker. I promise you, I ain't. I will fight a nigga, but I ain't gonna fight no America.
Well, Michael Chase, did he do it on SNL or?
Yes, he did it on Saturday Night Live.
Well, they're writers, and he probably didn't write it. It could have been writers that wrote it, and they read the script. And it's going to be him that's going to be to blame, but that's the chance you take in comedy. That's the chance you take. Michael's a good dude. Michael's fantastic, man. He's another guy that pays it forward and helps cats. So Michael's a brilliant comedian, does dope ass shit.
No, wait a minute.
Comedy,
should I take back what I said? Look, I ain't gonna take it back. It wasn't funny. I don't care who wrote it.
And that's fine.
It wasn't funny at all. It wasn't funny. But I wasn't offended either. Neither was I offended. I was not offended at all.
It was just not funny. Then
no, it just wasn't funny. Well, I just said some shit that ain't funny. So I
blame. You say a lot of shit that piss people off and ain't funny. So I do too. So who cares?
Godfrey, it's me.
Man, Flame is always going there. Flame's always like, I don't give a fuck, old dumb ass motherfucker. I'll give you.
Well, you know, we don't do dumb.
And I smack you with my dick at the same time.
I never said that. That's some shit that he wanted to get off his chest, and he just tried to sneak one in. You black bastard.
But you know, Flame, you're very edgy, so we take that chance. Yeah. We walk that line. Man, if I were to count how many people were upset at a joke, man, don't be a comedian then. Fuck out of here.
And I did an interview for NBC Magazine. That's just what I said. I don't want to censor comedy. That is one of my pet peeves now, that you offend every group. You know? Did you guys have to do for Netflix? Did y'all have to write out the jokes I was redlined for two times. They redlined the shit out of me because I was going to offend this group or you was going to shake up that group. You can't say anything. It's still in the joy of doing comedy, honestly.
It's really like they're trying to police comedy, and the sad part about it is they will reward the people that ain't got nothing to say. And that's not cool because everybody lives a life. Your life is totally different than mine. We're in the same city. We in different sides of the same city. That's a different lifestyle. We should be able to talk about our perspectives, period. That's it. As long as you stay within the parameters of comedy and you just not saying, nigga this, gays that, but you have no punchline. You got to have some clever shit to it where it's not coming from a hateful standpoint. But you should be able, what do you want everybody to sound the same? You want, I've done jokes about dog. I remember, here's a perfect example. I was in Canada. I do a lot of Canadian comedy. I was in Canada. The comedian before me was talking about sodomizing something. He was fucking something in the ass. That's what he was talking about. This lady's laughing. I get on stage after, and I'm talking about my life in Catholic school, because I was in Catholic school from first grade to freshman year in high school. And I'm talking about religion and this Catholic shit is weird. And she gets up, same lady that was laughing at a sodomy joke right before me. How dare you? And I said, bitch, kick rocks. Kick rocks. You just laughed at this dude fucking a goat for 10 minutes. And I'm telling you, I have a problem with religion and I don't believe Jesus is white, just geographically. And you are getting mad. I said, kick rocks. Get the fuck. People find anything to get mad at. You talk about dogs Don't talk about bitch. I live on this planet. There's only so many subjects we have.
Okay, so white people will shoot you about their dogs. You can't make jokes about dogs.
They will be like,
baby, they got burial insurance and
oh my God. But your dog
white folks crazy about their dog.
But I'll say this though, I think that what makes you guys so great as comics is your authenticity. Like for instance, I had some of my friends officially watch like your episode of They Ready. They watched your episode, Godfrey, and I think that's what makes you guys so special, despite all of the bullshit that may happen in you guys' midst with, you know, whatever material you guys have. It's the authenticity that people really connect with, you know what I mean? And Godfrey, you're talking about the scientist in you and all these different things. You got a lot of people going crazy like, uh-oh, Godfrey's smart too, so you might have some other DMs after this show is over. But I do want to segue really quickly and ask you though, what is the ultimate goal that you have for yourself in your career? Like, what would be something that happened that just, you were like, I made it. Like, what would that be?
Let me tell you something. With the way, first of all, the business has changed. COVID shut a lot of, man, COVID leveled the motherfucking playing field.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
And all the bells and whistles that people are used to, it's kind of kept everybody, you really saw who was not that talented and who was. You know what I mean? There were no applause signs for your ass. There was just you in your dumb apartment. And the audience was the people you talking to right now in this camera. You understand? So the business has changed. For me, my thing is to be able to just be successful. Because listen, let me tell you something. Comedians are all, we either do podcasting, we either act, we either host, we either do sitcoms. There's doors that we can go to as comedians. I just want to be able to go to any door that I fucking want to. I want to be able to create my own shit and be able to do what I want when I feel like it. If I say, man, I want to shoot a film, boom, here's the, boom, you good? Let's do it. I want to have the freedom to be able to express myself in my different talents. That's success to me. Without losing my integrity, without someone making me do some shit I don't want to do, that's success. Because people say, well, what do you want? I want to do movies. You know, I'm a Marvel kid. I grew up on superheroes. Who the fuck don't want to be a superhero? Who the fuck don't want to shoot fire out their hand and stand there like, who the fuck? Everybody, even people that shouldn't be acting will take that part.
I want to be a tranny superhero. I want to be the first trans superhero.
It's coming. You know,
the
it's
flame,
coming.
baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, I want to know how to rob banks, use your EBT, don't need no pinup.
But we grew up, who doesn't want to shoot two guns and slide under a table and boom, boom? We all want to do that. Yeah. Even people that don't even do it right be doing it because everybody wants to do it. I want to be able to do creative artwork. I want to do smart shit. I want to make motherfuckers be like, yo, you want to inspire other people to go, like Denzel Washington. That's my hit. I go, I want to have a body of work like that guy. He can look back and say, I never did no dumb shit. I never threw my culture under the bus. I never dogged black women, ever. I never did any of that. But I still am liked by everyone. You know,
you're not gonna be liked by everyone. Not that mouth. I'm telling you, in the game. Let me share. You are not gonna be liked by everyone.
I'm a comedian.
But that's okay though.
That mouth of yours. I've been trying to tame that mouth.
I know you ain't talking. Your mouth's worse than mine.
Godfrey. So I've done Godfrey's podcast in New York, y'all. So me and Godfrey got history. We were friends. So I was on Godfrey's show after I did the Breakfast Club because y'all know that was such a big hoopla. So Godfrey, I have to bring this up to you because I know you're very politically savvy and woo woo woo. So Lauren, help me with this because you know I'm gonna mess it up. Okay. There is a track team in Maryland.
Oh, let me just pull up the article real quick.
Unfair.
So we got.
Wait a minute! I didn't even answer the damn question. You didn't even answer the damn question. Yeah. So the two trans girls were on the track team, on the female track team, and they got first runner-up and they won.
Yeah.
Of course they did.
What do you think about that, Godfrey?
That's bullshit. You're a dude.
So
you need to be
what's
trans. You need to be on the men's track team.
Not the men.
Wait, hold on. Before we get into it, let's just give some context for everybody so they know. So in New Haven, Connecticut, there's an individual named Andrea Yearwoods. She hears comments usually from adults and usually not to her face, but that she shouldn't be running and that she shouldn't be running against girls even though she is a transgender female. So Yearwood, she's a 17-year-old junior at Cromwell High School, and she's one of two transgender high school sprinters in Connecticut who is transitioning to be female. So she recently finished second in the 55-meter dash at the state Open Indoor Track Championship. The winner, Terry Miller of Bloomfield High, is also transgender and set a girls' state indoor record of 6.95 seconds. Yearwood finished at 7.01 seconds. So the question is becoming, is it fair that, men who are transitioning to be female should be allowed to, participate in female sports?
It's hello. It's like that transgender tennis player that was smoking all the chicks. And he was beating up all the girls. And they were like, you got to play in the men's. You're straight. See, a man has strength. That is why females don't box men. That's why females don't play football with dudes, because we will knock you the fuck out. And you don't have the strength. I'm not talking about mental capability, because a woman can be smarter than a man all day. But physically, we're just stronger than you. Testosterone, the whole nine. If you are literally smoking girls and you're a man, because you can go by track times. I was in track and field. Usually a woman that runs 100 meters, a fast woman is about a 10.7, 10.8. Men run track and field 9.8, 9. You saw what Usain Bolt ran, 9.6. There's a strength thing there. That's unfair. You need to no. Unless you take enough estrogen where you're starting to run as fast as them.
Oh, no. I'm not going to give you pushback, Godfrey. I completely agree with you. That is completely unfair. But I ain't want you to think I was about, because, nigga, you looked at me like you was about to come through.
But it's cheating.
No. I agree with you. But what do you think the solution would be? And I'm asking you, I got my own opinion, but I'm asking you, what do you think the solution?
I think you should just be on the men's track team and just run on the men's track team. And if they don't, unless they are just phobic, but
well, they don't identify as men, and that would be unfair.
Then
because
what are you going to do? You got to get a trans track team.
Well, that's it. I think that's the solution.
I don't think we have to get a trans track team. I think that there's something else that maybe we can do, because you guys brought up testosterone and estrogen and things like that.
Let me tell you something. At 17 years old, Lauren, you can take all the hormones you want to. That's a strong little nigga right there.
But listen, what I'm saying is, very true. But I think that there should be a happy medium. Oh my God.
That nigga strong, baby. That dick works all the time and everything. That nigga strong. Shit, with titties.
I think we can. I think there's a happy medium. I think that there's a way that maybe you can test levels of estrogen and testosterone to see what's going on in the body. Man. I do, because otherwise you're going to get into a situation of discrimination.
Get on. Stop. This is what Flame has been talking about. The LGBT is being a little ridiculous. You run like a man. Get on the. It's like, you know what it's like. I ran track varsity when I was a sophomore. I was running as fast as the upper class. So they put me on there. They go, well, you're running as fast as them. So they move you up. You need to be running with the dudes. Plain and simple, because first of all, it's not like you're a chick and you happen to be running as fast as the men. No, you're a guy. And you're a trans woman, but you're a trans woman. It means you're a guy. And your times, you're leaving people by 30 yards. Hello, dude.
Well, I don't think they should call it a trans track team. I think it should be called
trans track. That'd be hot. Though.
No, it should be called an identity track team.
Or it could be like Special Olympics.
Because everybody say they identify as something. I identify as an 18-wheel truck. I will roll your ass over. That's how I identify. I'm sick of all these identities. Shit, I passed biology with a C. It's either this cheating. Or this. This or this. Which one? It's this or this. Right. It's this. And every time you unsure and you're not sure how you identify, go pee. Because you going to pat or shake. I'm just asking for a friend.
Flame. Basically, those trans guys are just shitty track and field runners. And they were getting their ass
that's not fair. Godfrey. Now I got to push back on you, player.
They're bad
That's
athletes.
not true. That's not true.
Yes,
let me talk, because I was a 17-year-old queen too. But I wasn't running no damn track. I was playing catch a girl, kiss a girl, and I was always the girl, and I always got caught like the white bitches in the B-rated movies. I always got caught. I failed on purpose. Anyway.
Go on.
Anyway, it's not fair, because if they identify as females, and wait a minute, listen to me now. I'm speaking from the LGBT part of me now. If when I was 17 in high school, I wouldn't have been able to run track and be openly a trans girl, because I would have got my ass handed to me. I would have got beat up and locked in a locker, stuff like that. So there are reasons for not doing that. I also, on the other hand,
Okay.
What happened? Okay. I also
No, I
don't.
thought something paused. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I also do not agree. I think that it is not fair. I think that the guys are physically stronger than the girls, and that's not fair. But I do think that they should create their own lane. So there should be their own lane created. And that way, if there's more trans girls that want to come out and want to run track, but they're afraid to because of these kind of conversations, they will have a place where they can feel comfortable.
Well, you can have alternative races. Is like within the meet, within the track meet, you can have an alt race, which is cool. That's because you have to call it alternative because you go, guys, listen, this situation, you're calling yourself a woman, but you have the strength of a man. What do you want us to do? You're either going to run on a men's team, or we're going to have a special race for you guys. Your category.
That's why I was saying like the special.
Your thing.
We got bad internet connection.
That's you. That ain't
we see you.
That ain't me.
That ain't you.
Hold on.
Nah, I have full bars.
Oh.
But you understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Because you cannot be on the women's track team because you are leaving people in the dust. Remember Florence Griffith Joyner?
I remember.
Rest in peace. Remember, because I was a big track head. I remember it was Evelyn Ashford, Chanda Cheeseborough. It was all the women's track and field. And I was a sprinter. And I remember when Florence Griffith Joyner used to get her ass handed to her, man. And then one year, in the Olympics, she was leaving everybody. Everybody was like, what's going on? She was taking steroids. She was taking testosterone. That's why she passed away from a heart attack. She was taking steroids and she started winning, but she was leaving people by like 2 yards. And she was always coming in third. And all of a sudden, remember when Ben Johnson beat Carl Lewis? He was taking shit. It was the testosterone. My point is, you're a man, and that gives you strength. You naturally have that. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is, in the track meet, they should have a category, which is not hard to do, for that type, because you can't be on the women's track team. It's not fair. It's not fair.
And I think
that's the only solution that I could think of.
And I mean, and there's something like that exists, like the Special Olympics. It's for those who can't compete in regular Olympics. They have a disability, so there's a whole entire Olympics created for them. So I see what you're saying.
But the LGBTQ can't get super sensitive about everything. It's like, what do you want us to do? You can't cheat like that. You gotta be open to go, oh yeah, you're right. I'm calling myself a transgender woman. It is a little different. So just be open. See, you can't just be complaining and bitching and expect people who are heterosexual to go, well, what the fuck do you want us to do? And then they want to throw in phobia. Fuck that. It's like, no, you can't cheat, dude. You feel me?
Yeah.
Watch your pronouns and your adjectives. Don't make me come through this motherfucking. Don't let me go LGBT on you, player.
Shut up,
Godfrey, you know what's funny to me though, Godfrey? And I love my sisters. I'll tell you, some of my sisters be tripping. But you know what's funny to me? To ever see the videos where the queens walking down the street? And we do have some lovely, passable trans women. We got some girls that's so beautiful that you would never understand. But we also got some bitches that look like Herbert with a wig on. So I'm just saying, and bitch, if you know you looking like Herbert with a wig on and you walk down the street and some guy walk past you and say, what's up, dude? What's up, man? Then you get mad. Y'all going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then you finally snatch your wig off and say, don't disrespect me. I'm still a motherfucking man. Well, ain't that how the argument got started? You should have just rolled with it from jump and just
But it's so funny how people are just walking contradiction. Like I remember in the West Village in New York, there was this lesbian chick, like a dyke, she looked like a dude. She walked in, I remember this shit, walked in like a guy, like, she was looking for like some drink, whatever. I'm sitting there and she was stealing something. She was trying to steal, right? And this little Korean man saw her. So she tried to run out. That Korean dude caught her ass, like said, you try to take, you have to pay. So she's like, I'm thinking she was a dude because she looked like a guy. And so the Korean man had her and was stronger than her. And he goes, you can steal. And then they were like, what's going on? What's going on? He tried to steal. And then it turns around and goes, I'm a girl. Let me go. And everyone's like, oh, now you a girl. Oh, now you a girl. Now you, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you want to be a girl because you got caught and this guy's stronger than you. I just see so many contradictions. That's why I don't get involved in a lot of these conversations because people sit up there and purposely not try to understand. People have to understand a heterosexual's confusion sometimes. Like, okay, so what do you want me to do? What do you want me to call? I mean, like, stop getting so mad. Like, I understand heterosexuals were the bullies. The heterosexuals were the bullies. I get that. But in this new day and age where we're supposed to be open, the people that are complaining, you got to be open to my confusion. Like, okay, so what do you want me to call you? I don't know. Yeah. You know, what's up? Mm-hmm. Don't get mad at me because I get the term wrong. I mean, are you fucking kidding me right now? As long as I let you be who you want to be, don't get mad because I got one term off. Now you're fucking getting too picky. You feel what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to address you the proper way. But don't get upset because I don't remember, because I've been living on this planet for this long and I use these words and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to learn in one day. Stop. You know?
That is why I take my compliment from you guys, because I'm very let me tell you where it starts at. It starts with you. Godfrey, can't nobody call me nothing and it affect me if I know that's not who I am or what I am. I don't care what you call me. And I know that takes time, especially when you're young, depending on how you were brought up or where y'all know I'm good in the projects. I was hardcore, thug-ass nigga anyway. But my feelings would still get hurt being called names and woo-woo-woo. You know, you have to learn to separate what matters to me. You know, somebody walking past me, especially if you don't mean nothing to me and I don't know you, I ain't going to never see you again, you a stranger. Well, what the hell are you? I'm not going to even answer you because, nigga, I don't know you. But if it's somebody I know, love, and care about and they hurt my feelings, because I do have feelings, I know y'all don't think I do, but I really do have feelings, then that bothers me because I'm like, dude, talk to me. I am such an open, transparent person, and God's been on the road with me. You can talk to me about anything. Yeah.
And it's great because you keep it real. That's why I get better at it, because I go, you know what I do? I use you as a reference. I go, Flame said that. Flame said it. So don't you fucking tell me. She broke it down to me, and I know what I'm talking. Because I'm not into offending people. I don't want to do. I want to know what. Okay, what do I need to know? Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay, thank you. I need to. Just tell me, not just go off and. Enough.
Yeah, and respect don't even have to be demanded if you treat yourself a certain way. When I meet people, I don't walk in with my head down like I'm scared to talk. I walk in the room like I own the damn room, and people treat me accordingly. Now, if you cross the line, I know how to cross the line back.
Exactly.
But is it worth it to me? Is it even worth it to me? You know.
Right.
What is the old fable? When it's two people arguing, they don't know which one is the fool. Sometimes it's not even worth giving somebody a clap back. Like, nigga, I don't know you. Fuck you. Your broke ass. You know, and you funny looking. Baby, you know, I'm Netflix, nigga. I ain't no broke now. We Netflix now. Shit. Hold on, player.
I love it.
You know what I mean, Godfrey? Sometimes some things don't even want, like what you were saying about the black comedians going after each other. What is that profiting us as comedians? We both male comedians. We might be on the road on a tour together. You never know who you're going to get thrust in the room with. We got to get past some of that shit so we can all work. So we can all work.
My friend even said it. He's a white comic, very, very funny dude, and very honest. He goes,
"Hey, Leon Rogers."
I'm not trying. Who?
Leon Rogers, Chi-Town.
Oh, Leon. Oh, that's my dude. Where's Leon? Leon ass. Leon, Chicago. Yo, let me tell you something. I had my white comic friend. He's always on my lives talking shit. He said, "What is up with the black comics? All you guys shit on each other all the time. Every time I'm with some black comic, they're shitting on another black comic." I just sit there going, "What the fuck? Like, all you guys, what is that?" And he kept it real. I said, "Man, I'm gonna tell you, Adam, this shit is whack." He's like, "White guys, I mean, we may not like each other, but we'll be like work with each other, write with each other. We don't give a fuck because we know we have a purpose." I go, "I'm trying to get that into the fucking head." I said, "But that Tiffany Haddish, woo boy, she changing the fucking watch. She's gonna change the playing field. Really, I think as far as her people's thought processes." And Tiffany told me she got some hater shit. I'm not naming the person. I'll tell you off.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not going to say anything, but they just were like, Godfrey, why are you doing what you're doing?
I want to ask you a question, Godfrey, as a male comedian, because I was looking at a thing this morning. I wanted to pose this question to you about some male comedians saying that they would never wear a dress for a show or for a skit or for a bit. How you feel about that as a straight black man? How you feel about the whole dress wearing thing?
Yeah, I wouldn't wear one because it's not about, and people want to go homophobic.
No, I'm not taking that.
No. I'm just talking in general. It's not about that. It's about symbolism. Black people, African Americans, Caribbeans, they're all in the same boat. We have a lot of repair that we need as far as what people see us as. You know, it wasn't that long ago that we were wearing blackface and we were cooning, and we had to do this. Step and Fetch It, Louise Beavers, Ethel Waters, all the black folks that tried their best to show dignity had to be servants. We're still on this cream of wheat box, bro. We're still on Uncle Ben's. We still got black symbols on fucking food. So wearing a dress has nothing to do. People want to say, "Oh, what's wrong with wearing a dress?" I say, you're not understanding, because you're not educated on this shit. And I know the history. There's a very good book you should read called The History of Blacks in Films: Mulattoes, Coons, Bucks, Mammies. It's by Donald Bogle. It's our image. Black manhood is very important to me. All right? Very important to me. You have to understand that this country has always tried to destroy black manhood. Is there a reason? Is there an accident that black men are in jail, incarcerated, a lot of them not even doing the crime? Is it an accident that majority of black men are in fucking prison? Is it an accident that in order for a welfare mother to get money, the black man has to be out of the house? I mean, is it an accident that white cops kill us right on the spot? Is that an accident? I mean, black women get killed too, and I don't want to leave you all out. But is it an accident that we are always at risk, black men? So when I say Denzel Washington is my hero, I mean that shit. Denzel will never do no shit like that. You could, and for the guys that do it, it's an artistic thing. If you're an actor and you want to do that, that's your business. But I'm not doing that because I can do a lot of work. I can be funny without putting on a dress. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I'm real heterosexual. It has nothing to do with homophobia. It's me as a symbol. I have nephews. I'm Nigerian, by the way, and they all watch what I do. African men watch what I do, and they say, "Man, we're proud of you. I'm from the Congo. I'm from Ethiopia. I'm from what you do for us, the pride that you show." Black manhood is a bane. It's a thorn in this society's eyes because it's fear, and which is sad. I should be able to be black man, proud. It shouldn't intimidate somebody else. That means you're the weaker person. You know what I'm saying? So I don't put on a dress because of those reasons, because symbolically, it's like me doing, like look at Soul Plane, when I did Soul Plane, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and I remember when we auditioned for it, nobody was working then. People can talk shit about Soul Plane, but I remember a lot of people auditioning for it because black people, a lot of times they leave us out of shit. So I went into the audition room and I said, "You know what, guys? I read the script. It's ghetto as fuck, but Snoop Dogg is the pilot. Who doesn't want to be next to Snoop Dogg?" I said, "But I'm going to change it. I'm going to be African in this. I'm going to be African. I know I'm the co-pilot, but I'm going to be African." They said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, because everybody's doing the ghetto shit. I think if I'm African, I can add a little bit of dignity to this shit. And I can be, and the African thing can, that, because how Africans and African Americans make fun of each other. And so I've always, no matter what I did, I always tried to find some kind of humanity and some kind of dignity and always trying to preserve my fucking manhood, man. That's just what I'm about. But there's nothing wrong with that. It shouldn't be a fucking crime.
Not at all, Godfrey. Yeah. But I want to ask you a question, Godfrey, because now you open up my mind, and I'm telling you, I'm feeling it. I'm listening to you talk. So how do you perceive me, Godfrey? Because, and I'm telling you, remove that we know each other. How do you perceive me?
I just perceive you as, you're a transgender, a confident transgender performer who don't give a fuck.
But I'm still a black man that wear dresses.
Yeah, but you are a black man, but that's you. But it's different with you, because I'm talking about a heterosexual dude that you're not heterosexual. See.
Well, wait a minute now. Hold on, player. Hold on.
but you know what? I don't consider you completely. I think you're a mixture of everything.
Yeah, that's the truth.
See, this is what I'm saying. I want to get the terms right. So I'm talking about a black man that wants to wear a dress because they're going to make it. Oh, if I do this, I'm going to make it. You see, they do that. There's a difference. Now, let's say I was already famous and I'm doing well, and I decide, I think I'm going to play a female because it's artistic and I want to stretch out. But a lot of times they make us do it in order to get to a level. It's like a rite of passage. Well, you need to do that in order to get that. I would rather do it on my own artistic integrity. That's different. It's about the timing of it. See?
And the intention.
And the intention.
Yeah.
So people want to throw in, oh, you don't want to do it. No. We as Black folk need repair. We are fucked up. Black women, they are the most educated in America, have the highest degrees, but you would never know that because you're regulated to a fucking twerk because of these dumbass shows like Housewives of Atlanta, because every episode you're calling each other bitches, and then you want to act like you're sophisticated. And a lot of those women are very smart. Candy, all of them are they're fucking talented women, but they call each other bitches every week. And then you wonder why everybody greets you with a hey girl and that shit. But you got a college degree. But nobody would notice that because the media does not put Black women in a fucking good light. So me, as an individual, I'm a speck on this planet. But guess what? I'm going to be a speck of integrity. That's what the fuck I'm going to be, because it's all about what you surround yourself with. And I am tired of Black women going, and I'm saying Black women, and I don't categorize you all in one lump, but a lot of times they'll say, well, I like to watch that show. I said, stop watching it. If you're trying to demand respect, stop fucking patronizing that shit. Stop, because it's shitting on your fucking image is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let's say this. On that note, let the church say amen, because I think that was a word. I appreciate you explaining that and giving us the educational moment. I think we needed that. And I love, Flame, that you asked that question, because I think what we can take away here is that, Flame, you live in your truth. You do, each and every day, and everything that you do. And Godfrey, I think that you lending the different perspective on that side of the aisle, I'll say that for all its intents and purposes, I think is needed.
I love you, black ass nigga. And let me tell you why I love you, Godfrey. Because, nigga, you ain't never changed from the moment me and you met and I was another girl, younger. Yep, nigga. Y'all want to know the truth? Yes, I thought the nigga was fine. The nigga still good looking. I don't know how this nigga in his 50s and still look like he in his 30s.
Don't I got an issue with age. That. Don't do that.
Fuck that nigga. He been doing me that. But what he could never say, or any other comedian in this industry could ever say, is Flame pushed up on me. I never crossed the line with you all as men, because I respected you all as not only as comedians and my constituents, but I respected who you were as a man. That was not my place to push up on you. When one of the comedians wanted to holler there, I got notes and letters and shit.
That's what I'm saying. If a motherfucker wants you, they can let you know.
But I never put.
But you were always professional.
Yeah, and I never want y'all to feel uncomfortable around me, because if I would have did that, you would have felt uncomfortable around me.
And that's why I appreciate that, because you got to understand people will be uncomfortable with that. They don't understand it. It's their right to be uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And it's your job to go, listen, man, I respect you. I fuck around, but and you're very professional. And the thing that I like about you is that I understand shit better. Every time I talk to you, I learn something new. I go, all right, bet. Okay, bet. And that's important. You keep it 100. Because you come from a heterosexual perspective. You come from all the perspectives, but you come 100. You don't go, no, but you go, nah, motherfucker, listen, it's this, and it's this. And that's why we here.
You're amazing comic, Godfrey. And Godfrey has so much knowledge, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have to follow Godfrey. He talked plenty of shit in that. But back to what's with the 3 o'clock in the morning shit? What's that spontaneous 3 o'clock in the morning shit?
We're going to get to that, yeah.
Let me tell you where that comes from, you sons of bitches. Let me tell you where that comes from. I've always stayed up late. In college, 18, no, fuck that. I used to watch Johnny Carson, so my father would always get mad because I would stay up late, 13, 14 years old. So I've always been a night owl. I never went to bed early. Fuck all that shit. I've always been late. And so I said, about 3 years ago, I said, now I'm gonna start really embracing the social media. And so when I get off stage, I would be on late, because I was always getting off a stage in New York. We stay up late. And so I'll start I'll do my lives. I'll be with some female chilling, boom, 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 But this 3 in the morning is normal to me. I go to bed if whatever. I'm not telling anybody. I like when people think I don't go to sleep. I go, whatever, but I stay up late all the time. And guess what? Why is everybody thinking American? Do you know how many people are awake in other countries? Hi. I talk to people in the UK, Australia. People are up. We're not the only time zone. You
That's
feel
real.
me?
No, that's real. And Godfrey, we just have to really just thank you for coming on here, dropping knowledge bombs, talking about yourself, you being a scientist, just your background. We really truly appreciate you. We had a great, I think, authentic conversation.
Yes, we
and
did.
We gonna get some great rave reviews on this. So, but before we let
Are
you
you?
go,
Uh-oh.
no, we are. We definitely are. I'm looking at the comments as you guys have been talking.
And he's in 190 countries right now. But he's on
Exactly.
here with us.
And
He's
that's-
on Netflix.
That's one thing we
Wow.
want to ask you. What can we expect from you? What projects do you have coming up? Like what's going on? Just give us some insight.
Okay. Well, I have my podcast, which Flame was on, which was awesome. In Godfrey We Trust. It's on the Gas Digital Network. Also, you should subscribe. Use the promo code Godfrey. You get 2 weeks for free. And it's also on YouTube. You go to Godfrey Comedy. You can actually see some episodes to see if you like it. Press the subscribe button. The podcasting is going good. I haven't changed my goal at all. All right. I've been even during the COVID, I haven't missed a live yet. I've been on live every single night because people were like, thank you for just doing that. Because you got us out of this COVID, just being there. So I do my lives every night. Also, I have a show, which is on Kevin Hart's network and Pluto and Peacock. It's called In Godfrey We Trust. Me and Ruben Paul, another awesome comedian, created it. It's like a ranting show, a green screen virtual show, just talking about politics, Black history, all that kind of shit. It's called In Godfrey We Trust on Pluto, Peacock, and Kevin Hart's. Is it LOL Studios now or LOL Network? Either of those. Yeah. It's on those streaming networks. And also, I finished the pilot with over the COVID. I finished the pilot with some people. So I got that going on. And also, I still travel and doing live shows this week. If you got, is this showing? This is now. This is live, right?
This is live, but it's going to re-air on Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll be in Vegas doing a Laugh Factory in Vegas, and also on Sunday, Valentine's Day, I'm at Zany's in Nashville, Tennessee for one night. 2 shows, one night. Nashville, Tennessee. Zany's.
Well, I just want to personally say thank you so much, Godfrey, for coming on. And let me tell you, so me and Godfrey reconnected on the tour with Tiffany, and I ain't gonna let that nigga get away, y'all. He's mad. He belonged to me. I got that nigga locked. Godfrey, you're so great. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy for you. Tiffany Haddish, you know we love you over here. Thank you so much for just opening up doors.
This is our squad. It's like this is our squad. We got our family, our circle, and it's dope. And I just see, and your life is, you're doing so much great shit, man. And so I really feel like I have a family of people now, finally, like, oh, I got people that look out for me. Shit, this is great. I know, wherever I'm at, I'm going to talk good about them. Wherever they're at, they're going to talk good about me, and just keep that going. That also counts too. So your family like a motherfucker, and I appreciate you.
You know you the man, Godfrey. We adore you over here. Can we get some Trump before we sign out, please? Can I get?
Oh yeah.
Can I get that nigga Trump to show up and apologize? I need the nigga to apologize for real.
I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry, Flame. I think your show is so great. You're amazing. You, he, we, she. I love them all. I love everybody. Seriously, you guys are great. Tiffany is amazing. She is Tom Brady. Definitely Tom Brady, because Tom Brady was a Trump supporter.
Oh,
love it.
You bad. We love you, ladies and
Thank
gentlemen.
you
Godfrey,
so much.
They Ready Season
Peace.
2. Please watch it on Netflix. Thank you, Godfrey. Please follow.
And everybody better be following me after this, boy.
Right.
Oh yes.
Them numbers
yes.
better go up.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Thank you, my Godfrey. Good God, that was a great. Oh, that was a
That
great
was so
interview.
good.
Bring Nick on so we can say goodbye to Nick.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for joining us here at Laugh and Learn today. This is our last day in the studio. Don't ask me what it's gonna look like next week. We'll be here. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I don't know where.
That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It would have been a little more awesome if you would have been like right there.
No, y'all don't need me. You all definitely. Let me tell you something. Too many cooks in the kitchen. What does it do, Flame?
Wash the meat, because that's something you don't do.
Exactly. I'm like, oh no. Listen, I want to go back because I know we need to wrap up. It was a great show, but this is what we talk about, how we always try to have guests who bring a different perspective, who make us laugh, who make us learn, because it's all about that engagement. The comments are going crazy. Godfrey said a couple of things that I just think it's necessary that we go back to and just circle back on, because this will definitely be in the show. We know that Godfrey talked about he's not a speck on this planet, but he's going to be he's just a speck on this planet, but he's going to be a speck with integrity. And I think that's what we all strive for. And that's just one of the many nuggets that jumped out at me.
Yeah, I think overall that it was a conversation that needed to be had. And I think what was so great about it, too, is that there truly was two different perspectives. And although you guys were friends, you still had a very organic conversation about societal norms, stigma, and, the variety of things. So like I said, I think this is going to be a conversation that's going to engage quite a few different folks of different communities, different backgrounds. And I think
I'm just going to say it. That's another reason why I love this conversation, Lauren, and why I love Flame. I never know what Flame is going to say.
Oh,
it's clear that somebody else Flame
know.
is known forever.
Right.
Where people think, oh, you all agree on it. I'm like, have you met Flame?
Right.
Trust me, you never know. First of all, Flame disagrees or does not like something I have to say. Oh, she's going to let me know in the moment. Mm-hmm. And that's part of, I think, Flame just being Flame. But you and Godfrey had two very different views on so many things, and you can still be friends because, Flame, this is what it's all about. We are not trying to get anybody to change their mind.
We are simply trying to get you to use your mind.
So you have to have one in order to use it. And Flame with me, you're going to better have one, because we pride ourselves on having the smartest listeners on the internet. The Flamettes and the Firecrackers and the Loungettes and the Vouchettes are the smartest people on the internet. This is why Laugh and Learn is successful, because of you guys.
Definitely. And what are
Flame,
your
I cannot wait
thoughts?
to see you at Zany's in Nashville. It's an awesome space. I love Nashville, Tennessee. You will kill it there.
Zany's, run my check. She is right here. HeSheWeBookings@gmail.com. Run my check.
Hello.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We are moving to a different space next week, but we will still be here. This show will drop and air on Wednesday night, midnight this week, midnight. So we appreciate you guys. Please follow Lauren Hogan at
I am at Lauren Hermione H on Instagram, and I also have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to and see all of our Laugh and Learn episodes there. Nick, where can we find you?
No, I'm going to let Flame do it. No, you see how Flame just said, you can find Lauren at...
Right.
I don't know.
Right, exactly. It's okay.
Like, it won't be said, okay?
We bait each other.
You can find me at Flame Monroe, Flame_Monroe, Monroe Flame, and Marcus Flame Monroe Parker. All the names. That's what the check come in, Marcus Parker. Did you hear me complain about that? I don't give a... It can say Mr., Miss, Ms., Mrs., understudy, all that. As long as that bitch clear at Wells. Thank you very much.
Well, I would say thank you guys so much, right? And we'll see you next week.
Nicholas, you haven't told us where we can find you at.
He did. You were talking.
Did
he?
Yes.
Running that mouth, Lauren. That's what I'm talking about.
I was listening. I heard you.
You got me, Lauren.
That's why y'all here,
always.
because I'm running my mouth. That's why they here. Thank you so much.
Before we go, quickly though, because we will not have had the show before the campaign next week, right? Do we have time to promote that?
Yes, the campaign airs this Saturday at ahf.org. Please go to ahf.org. The show will be live streamed at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. East Coast Time. If you miss it live, they might censor the music after the fact. It's free, okay? It's free. One more time, it's free. Just go and download it. And if you want to donate to AHF, it's a great place to donate money for HIV and AIDS awareness. It's gonna be a beautiful show. Y'all get ready, because y'all don't want to miss it. And they got me dancing and shit. Oh my God!
And this weekend, Lauren, and I will all post a link where people can get that information so that they can do it. All right.
Yes,
sounds
indeed.
good.
Thank you guys so much. We love and appreciate you guys. Remember to laugh and learn with Flame.
Thank you, Miss Cassie.
We got our mask. Thank you, Cassie. Nick, you ain't got one because you're not here. Bye. We love it. Love Lounge tonight. I'll see you guys at Love Lounge between 6:30 and 7. Peace.